Hi everybody, I'm Father Drew, and in today's story, Jesus has some less than nice words for his best student, Peter.
Children's moment. Yeah!
Now this week is the second half of the story that we started last week. So if you don't remember that one, you should go back and rewatch it. Now, in the first half of the story, Jesus is asking his followers who they think that he is. And Peter, who might be Jesus' best student, says Messiah. Messiah is a weird word, and it has a lot of history behind it. So we can't really get to all of that. So just for now, think of it as a leader given by God. And when Peter calls Jesus Messiah, Jesus treats him like he's given the right answer. But then Jesus does something curious. He starts talking about how he is going to be killed. And this is the opposite of what Peter had in mind. So Peter gathers all of his courage and strength and pulls Jesus aside to have a little chat. He wants to tell his teacher that this can't be the plan. And Jesus looks at Peter and says, "Get behind me, Satan." I'm a big fan of doing what Jesus says, but don't go around calling people Satan. If your little brother or sister is being a goober, don't be like, "Get behind me." Don't be like calling them the devil or anything. Don't be doing that. And don't blame me for no, I haven't told you what to do. Just go be nice. Jesus isn't really calling Peter a name. He's calling the temptation to avoid doing something hard. He's calling that the work of Satan. As if it isn't even Peter who is standing in front of him that he's talking to, but the tempter, the one who tempts Jesus to be powerful and force people to do what he wants. So this is a story about Jesus showing his students what God actually wants and doesn't want out of a leader. God's vision for leaders is that they are brave and nonviolent. They don't try to hurt people or make them do things. And they are willing to sacrifice themselves for peace and justice. Peter misunderstands this because the leader he's used to in the world don't have those same values. They're usually worried about keeping power and using armies and making people do things. He thinks Jesus is supposed to be that kind of leader. This is one of my favorite stories because there is a lot that it can teach us. What I hope this makes you think about is just how important it is to be brave. The kind of brave of facing hard things. The kind of stuff you don't like talking about. The kind of brave to recognize that what is easy is not always what is right. The kind of brave to notice when normal things aren't the good things God wants for us, and we do the good things instead. I'm thinking of brave in the sense of standing with a friend who's getting picked on, even when it means that you could be picked on too. Or standing up to a friend who's picking on someone else. You aren't always going to know what's right. But Jesus guides us toward God's values. Love, peace, justice, health, wholeness, generosity, and compassion. when you're thinking about that stuff, you're actually thinking about Jesus. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon.